Okay.
Go.
1, 2, 3.
The bigger picture. That is what you Hollywood stands for.
I push myself every single day to make
It's beyond anything else.
Are you ready for the entertainer? Me, Tommy NC 2010. Hello, folks. I'm Tommy NC 2010, live here from Western North Carolina, and we're here for one of the most electrifying shows here on Monday night, the Tommy Talk Show. I'm Tommy NC 2010, and this is the Tommy Talk Show. If you're here, you're in the right place. I got my goblet, and we're just waiting for the members of the Baited Podcast to come in here and have one of the most electrifying interviews of the century. Because that's how it's going to be, folks, tonight. The Baited Podcast is going to be coming here on Tommy Talks for me to interview them, ask them questions, go back and forth. And, of course, we know one thing you should know is there is a segment where I interview the Baited Podcast, and then they could ask me questions, go back and forth, and then ask me some impressions and stuff like that. And it's simple. So we're just waiting for them to come in here. And, well, hello there, Mr. Colossal. How are you doing there today, sir?
Oh, right. Shit. Tommy, are you already on the air?
Yes, I am, sir.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm doing very well, thank you. I was just going to test my microphone, but okay.
I am so sorry.
It's fine. I'm sure it's working fine. Oh, no, don't worry. Don't worry.
Tommy, did you say you have a fucking goblin?
A goblet. I have a goblet.
What's a goblet?
It's a fancy
Goblet.
drinking glass.
It's like a chalice.
Oh, a goblet sounds like a sex position.
Hardy har har Keem. Ladies and gentlemen, Colossal's crazy, and the killer of the internet, the gnome of the internet, Killer Keemstar.
Listen here, you fat piece of shit. Don't insult me on the goddamn show.
Well, Colossal does it all the time.
All right, well, he's retarded in English.
Don't use the word retarded, Keemstar. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Posh. He's a very
Well, I
posh
was
man.
going to use the A word, but I know that's banned here, so... Okay, Tommy, seriously, you're drinking? What is wrong with you? Last time you drank, you were fondling that girl.
Oh, no.
Keem, I have a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Admit that you're bald.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. I understand that you like wrestling. Do you want to go 1v1?
Or how about this? Why don't I make a hashtag admit Keem's bald? I can do that, you know? Or how about we just have a peaceful interview tonight and not have our claws at each other? How about that?
I'm going to take you by that fucking tie to a goddamn treadmill, you fuck.
I'm just going to tweet out your link here, Tommy, on my Twitter. I haven't done that yet.
But we're waiting for the other stooge to enter in here. The one and only insane man, Tommy C. from Shot from the Point. It puts these two together, one gigantic, insane sandwich, which Keemstar's the bread, Colossal's the meat, and then Tommy is the other piece of bread. One gigantic Baited Podcast sandwich.
Now, do you have a thing for Colossal? I mean, I noticed how you said that he's the meat. Like, when you think of Colossal, do you think of a big, long Italian sausage?
No, actually, I think of what is that? I think of an Italian sandwich. You know, there's the cheese,
So you're
there's the
thinking salami. You're
pepperoni.
thinking-
You know, he's Italian. You know, of course, wait a minute, he's
So
English,
Colossal-
sorry.
Wait, so Colossal's a big salami, huh?
I don't understand this reference at all, Keemstar. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I feel like he has a thing for you.
No,
What,
'cause,
like
you
in
know,
a sexual way?
Besides Tommy and Colossal, they're actually decent to me, like you.
I'm always nice to you, Tommy. I
Mm.
promoted the goddamn show.
Like a what is it? Like the baseball bat from the guy from the Walking Dead. You are to me.
I don't know. I stopped watching that show. It's fucking boring.
I don't even
It has
watch
gotten
it
a bit
either. I didn't
boring,
even
yeah.
start watching it, honestly. I just never got into it. I never really got into zombies. But, you know, yes, I know you were criticizing my audio from my other show last night, but I got my Yeti microphone today, just today.
Where did you get that jacket from? Did you win the Masters or something?
No, I've had this jacket for a while, actually.
I mean, it looks like you're shoutcasting a horse race or something.
I knew you would. Somehow, like in the back of my head, I said, I know Keem is gonna find some way to mess with my jacket. You know.
Hey, I'm not just messing it. The jacket's messing with it. Look at the button that's just hanging. I mean, you got saggy buttons. You need a bra for that thing.
You do look a
Oh,
bit like a
yes.
snake oil salesman, Tommy.
Keem, you're not much the dresser either. All you do is wear a t-shirt and a ball cap, and you have a beard.
Yeah,
Hey,
Keemstar, you dress like a 14-year-old boy.
Okay, so what? Am I supposed to fucking dress like Tommy NC 2010,
You don't have
Well,
to
no.
dress any way
aka
you want to,
Paul
Keem.
Bear?
I'm telling you how to dress.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, I just maybe not dress like a 14-year-old.
Fuck you, clown. You dress like you're from goddamn. Like you wear Kmart shit.
No, I don't. We don't even have a Kmart here in the UK.
Okay, I asked you what type of clothing you wear, and you don't even wear like name.
I wear
brand
like a
stuff.
button shirt and maybe a jumper and something like that.
But in a jumper. What the fuck is a jumper?
A jumper, it's like a sweater.
Oh yes, a sweater. Because the English people have different forms of words for clothing. Because my friend Mark Hyder, he has a they don't call them pants. Colossal, what do you guys call pants?
Trousers.
Trousers, yes, trousers. The first time he ever said, yes, I need to get my trousers. And I'm like, you mean your pants, Mark? And he's like, that's what I call them here. Trousers.
Trousers, yeah.
Yes, Tommy C.
Where's
Fashionably
Tommy?
late.
Where's Tommy C?
I don't know. I send him a message and say, we're ready whenever you are,
Let
Tommy.
me send him a message on Twitter now. See if he responds.
Yes. And we're having an amazing time here, folks, here on the Tommy Talk Show. And tonight's going to be an epic night because we have some of the most amazing guys here on YouTube. And some of you may hate Keemstar. Some of you may want to fondle Keemstar. But everybody just puts their hate away for now because we're here on the Tommy Talk Show, the most electrifying show here on YouTube, delivering the positivity 100%. Because
You're really selling it there. Really selling the show.
yes, because that's how I am. I'm a pitch man. I'm the guy
Tommy,
that
do you have tape on your hat? Is that fucking duct tape?
no, it's the way it's a part of it's fabric. It's a part of the fedora. Yes, unlike you, Keem, I have style. I mean, I'm sorry. I thought and oh, get this. So I'm looking through Keem's stuff on the
Style.
internet, and I go into his shop, and this is how much the big Keem is he has his own Halloween costume. Can you imagine going door to door? Oh, what are you supposed to be? Let's get right into YouTube drama.
That's not how it goes, Tommy. It's
I know,
let's get
I
right
know.
into the
I mean,
news.
sorry, my bad. Let's get right into the news. Crack.
Yeah.
I know now I know what I'm gonna get you
How
for
was that,
Christmas.
I'm just done. Is Tommy here now?
Yes, I am. I apologize. I slept in a
Fashionably
bit.
late, Tommy, I see.
I apologize.
No, no problem, man. You know,
Tommy, you ever see those things I've fallen and I can't get up? Life alert. I'm gonna get you that for Christmas.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No. I'm talking about Tommy NC.
Oh, okay.
Like he was just having a stroke.
What? Jeez.
With his regular. Oh.
Full of
Anymore. He's gonna
what are we-
broken.
What are we talking about today, Tommy?
We're talking about you guys, the Baited Podcast. We're talking about one of the most sensational shows, debate shows here on YouTube that has recently blown up. And, you know, it's one of the most defiant shows here on YouTube. I tune in all the time when I can and listen to this insanity of debate. And I love it. I love that you guys, the way you guys roll, how you do things. What's a typical prep time for when you guys do the Baited Podcast?
How do you mean prep time? There is no prep. We just fucking wing it every single time.
Really? Now, you guys have had a few big guests on the Baited Podcast. With the first one, Ethan from H3H3. How was that like to speak to Ethan and have a one-on-one conversation and just back and forth? What was that like?
Well, I mean, he's an interesting character, very funny guy, and he's very well spoken, and he really brought something to the podcast. A lot of people think that that's their favorite episode. So it was interesting to hear him talk about Leafy, and with that episode in particular, it was like new information. It was for the first time we're hearing from Ethan's side of the story. It was for me as well, because I've always heard Leafy's side of the story because I'm friends with Leafy. So I've always heard his take on things. So it was very nice for me to hear the other side of the coin, and it was interesting what he said.
That's a question I'm going to ask you later on about that,
Okay.
and because that's like a double-edged sword right there, and I want to find out the insanity behind that. And well, one thing I'm going to ask Tommy C is, Tommy C, how does it feel to work with such awesome people here, but also to work with Keemstar over here, you know?
Piece of shit! I'm gonna go over there and fucking hide your fedora.
It must be like working with a grenade. You pull the pin and you're just like, don't kill me just yet.
Did you just call me a goddamn grenade?
Hashtag Keemstar Grenade. Start doing it, folks. Hashtag Keemstar Grenade.
Tommy, you probably don't even know what that means, though. If you call someone a grenade, that's the guy that jumps on the fat girl when they're out at the club. You know, he takes a grenade for the team, so your buddy, you know, when you're wingman can hook up with the hot girl.
No, we're talking
Only
about the
you would know
explosive
that,
items
Keem.
that they use in the
Of course
army
I know
that they
that.
throw at the enemy.
Have you
Okay.
done this before? Have you done this before, Keemstar? You've jumped on a fat girl's back.
No, I didn't jump on a fat girl's back. I've never been the grenade. That's why I was insulted. But I'm over here talking about.
Oh my gosh, that visual is horrible. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just visualed that.
Well, wait. You've never jumped on a fat bitch.
Well, Keemstar, you're like 300 pounds. So if you jump on a woman's
Shut
back,
the
it fucking breaks.
Up. Shut the fuck up.
Sorry,
I don't
young
care
girls
how
from
heavy
Holland
I am.
said
I
that
will beat
killer
everybody in
Keemstar.
the Skype call in a race. 1v1, bitches.
How's the scarce battle going? Are you ahead of him, you think?
I'm pretty sure I've lost a shit ton of weight.
Oh,
He wants to
speaking
come
about
on
weight loss,
Baited, by the way.
I
Oh,
am
God.
starting to lose. I am
Yeah, no, he'd be a good guest.
Oh, he was
Scared?
Yeah, scarce. Yeah.
Get nothing out of him. He'll never say anything controversial.
Oh.
Well, let's find out. He's yet to come on the show. I want to see the big fight between Keemstar and Scarce.
Whoa, just a second. Just a second. Trying to prep your next Baited Podcast. Aren't you forgetting something? The most sensational YouTuber here on YouTube, the most positive man, the world heavyweight, MTV's made, Comedy Central's champion of the world, Tommy NC 2010. Wait, you didn't bother to ask me if I want to be on the show?
What are we gonna ask you on the show, Tommy?
Whatever you guys want to ask me, I'm an open book.
But you see,
Tommy,
Baited is a fucking war ground. You know, we need to fight. We don't want to fight you, Tommy. You're just
Tommy,
a nice guy.
is it true that you, in fact, have? I mean, that's pretty much how Baited's gonna go.
Yeah, I can take it. I can handle it. Whatever you guys want to ask me, and I'll answer the questions, and I can handle myself.
Diabetes.
But
I don't think we've got any brutal questions to ask you, Tommy.
But
Not
don't
really.
you want to remain positive, Tommy?
I do want to
mean, isn't that
positive? I do. You know,
but
but if you guys
Baited
don't want
with-
me to be on the Baited Podcast, I understand. I will properly just do my lapels and just do my stuff as what I'm doing.
honestly, I was really trying to get you on, Tommy. I told these guys behind the scenes, I was like, look, man, we need to get Tommy NC 2010 on here. And Clown just said, I fucking hate that guy.
This is such a lie.
Clown goes, I hate that guy. I think he's a complete fraud. All right. I can't stand the way he dresses. Clown just went on and on, just bashing you. I don't get it. I don't know why he doesn't like you.
It's not true. That's
in
just
all,
not true.
it's not true. In all seriousness, though, the Beta podcast is like a fucking lion's den. Well, 2 lions and 1 fucking rat. It's a lion's den, basically. And so, Tommy, you're a bit like a lamb, if you like.
A lamb,
gentle lamb. So if you come into the lion's den, you're going to get eaten. That's why I don't want you on.
Yes, we have too much. We love you too much.
I appreciate
it's a fucking
the love.
arena.
That's a very classy thing for you guys to do, and I understand that the Beta podcast is like a lion's den. So basically, you guys are carnivores. You just ripped your guests apart.
Yeah, it's kind of like your chat now. Holy Christmas!
What's happening in the chat?
I couldn't tell. It's moving too fast.
The most highly rated. This is probably going to be my most highly rated show for the year, possibly.
Yeah, amazing.
Tommy, what are you drinking?
What is that?
I'm drinking Lemon Up.
What the fuck is Lemon Up?
It's a North Carolina brand version of Sprite, I'm guessing.
Oh, I thought you were actually like drinking.
No, I'm not drinking liquor. I only save that for when I'm just relaxing and hanging out.
Oh, I see.
Oh, we're not just relaxing and hanging out right now.
Well, we are. We're conducting.
No, this is a serious interview going on. This is the most epic interview of the century.
The most electrifying interview of the century. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Speaking about electrifying, who on YouTube do you think Tommy NC 2010 should get the electric chair?
I know who I think.
Tommy, who should they just strap up? You know what I mean? Put the thing on top of their fucking head and just run that current through their goddamn body until their fucking veins explode. Who needs to be put down on YouTube? I want to know.
There's hard to say.
There is someone you don't like on YouTube, and don't you dare hold back from me. We have 6,000 people in the audience right now, they want to know. They want to know.
I would say because recently Onision said that he wanted to have butt sex with me, so probably maybe him.
You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. Tommy NC 2010 just said that the cuck should be dead.
No, I don't mean that seriously. I was just a joke. I was just feeding Keemstar so he would possibly just not ask me that question anymore.
Listen here, Tommy. Listen. Okay, so Onision wants to have butt sex with you, right? On what conditions would you find it acceptable?
I wouldn't find it acceptable at all. Honestly.
If he paid you $1 million,
kind of was a little bit your fault why I was labeled the autistic man, and also that how the whole situation played out, and now it's not positivity anymore. It's the autistic man, Tommy NC 2010, and that still kind of scars me a little bit, but I still try to move on.
You don't like to be labeled as the autistic man?
No. Who wants to be labeled after a disability that they have?
Well, listen.
I try not to let. I'm gonna say this to you, Keem. I have been making videos on here since 2010, and no one noticed me until this whole incident blew up, and no one has bothered.
Well, that's
to go
not
back
true,
and check
Tommy. I
any of
mean,
my old
you were on.
content, and that the fact I'm gonna bring this up that the fact that I've gotten drunk with people in the past on my channel, that I've done other things before my channel blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made tons of content.
But Tommy, it's not 100% true.
Right,
that's not because you were on with Tosh.0 and MTV.
Yes.
Before. So some people did notice you.
Didn't they refer to you as the autistic man on those shows?
No, only one of the two of them. They did it on MTV, but they kind of left it off on with Tosh.0. They didn't bring that up on Tosh.0. He was the egg guy on Tosh.0.
I would be optimistic with it, Tommy. I'd be like, Leafy made this video on you. Okay, it was a negative attention that you got, but look what's come out of it.
Yes.
Hey, Tommy, have you ever thought of doing like a web series? Because I just thought of a really good name.
What's that?
You could call it Autistic Flick.
Jesus.
Just if you did a web series with like skits and stuff and you called it Autistic Flick, where you ran around and you flicked people's hats off, right? Be like, you could do it to me because I'm bald, right? And you would really piss them off and the people would want to punch you, Tommy. They would be so mad that you're running around flicking their hats off, right? And the minute that they're about to punch you, you say to them, I'm autistic. And then they can't. They can't.
Wow.
Brilliant
is
is
a
that.
punch in the stomach, Keem. Wow. Thank you.
Brilliant is
Really
that. I would watch that
applause
show.
there.
I would watch that show. That show would be huge. Hashtag Autistic Flick. That show would be genius.
Hashtag Keem getting tasered.
Okay, that would be good, but not as good as Autistic Flick. I guarantee one in the chat if you want to see the web series known as Autistic Flick, where Tommy goes around
Two in
and
the chat
flicks
if you
people.
want Tommy to NC 2010 to taser Keemstar in real life.
Why would you want to do that? That's kind of mean.
Well, what Keemstar's doing is mean technically, so I'm just firing back at him.
Right.
Oh, okay, all right.
I didn't realize that, that-
Oh, I thought we were just having
Hey,
fun.
Keem, you
but-
punch back, I punch back also.
Ooh,
No, you're not punching back. You're trying to tase me, bro.
Hey,
Don't
I'm
tase
a
me,
wrestling fan. I'll suplex you through a table.
Oh,
Ooh.
duplex.
Tommy, who would you like to see as a guest on the Baited podcast? If you could have anyone on.
If I could have anybody on the Baited
Yeah.
podcast,
Yeah.
let me think here. Yeah, okay, yeah. Onision. Onision is one of the most controversial YouTubers here on YouTube, and I think that he would be interesting in the Lion's Den. See if he would actually man up and come on the Baited podcast.
The problem with Onision is not real. Onision literally makes up fake controversy and fake, he says fake shit for attention. Like when that YouTuber passed away and died, Tommy NC, do you remember that when that girl died, Tommy?
And he was tweeting, he was tweeting out the fact that no one knew her before she died. And that, here's the thing. I want to say something. That happens when not just, hold on a second, Keem. That happens whenever like a celebrity dies. For instance, Chris Farley was famous, but when he died, he became more famous. When Heath Ledger died, people watched his stuff. But when he died and he was the Joker, he became more iconic and he became more famous. And people gave the family an Oscar for what Ledger did. And that's what happens a lot of times.
So are you saying it's rigged?
I'm not saying it's rigged. It's like, okay, for instance, Andy Kaufman. Andy Kaufman was one of the most misunderstood comedians of his time. Funny as ever, had these weird characters, and then Andy Kaufman got cancer and he passed away. He became more famous. They even made a movie about him.
Fucking mouth right now, Tommy NC 2010. Andy Kaufman is still alive.
I don't believe that.
Yes, he is. I saw him in L.A. I saw him in L.A. on Sunset Boulevard. On Sunset Boulevard, me and Andy Kaufman smoked a fucking blunt.
Sorry for the language, folks, tonight, but this is the Baited Podcast / Tommy NC 2010 show. Oh, jeez.
He showed up at the. He still shows up as Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yes.
Tony Hinchcliffe.
Oh,
Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So much insanity injected right into the main artery of your body until you explode. That's what it's like to talk to Killer Keemstar right here, folks.
So you're having an orgasm? What the fuck?
Jesus.
It's never not entertaining. That's
Okay,
what I'll
here's a
say.
question I have for you all. What are you all dressing up for Halloween?
We don't have Halloween here in the UK, so I'm not going as anything.
I'm just going to my daughter's Halloween party.
Apparently, they've fucking banned like clown costumes in the US. So you can't go as a clown.
I'm gonna dress up as Tommy NC 2010.
Oh my gosh, Keemstar, if you do that, I'm gonna be on the floor laughing so hard if you do that.
Tommy, seriously, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna dress up like you for Halloween, all right? And then I'm gonna go to like a grocery store, right? With a fucking handful of eggs, and I'm just gonna run up to random people's cars saying, "You left these on the roof!" and just film their reaction. What do you think?
Oh my. First of all, Keem, that video actually folded out how I explained it, okay? I'll explain it again. I was walking, and I came down this stairway, and I looked down into the parking of this grocery parking lot, and I see this woman's eggs on top of her car. So I'm like, instantly, superhero, kicks in. I dash across the parking lot, don't even acknowledge traffic. I run across there. This woman's looking at me with her eyes are bigger than apples. I run up, I grab the eggs, I said, "Ma'am, here are your eggs." And I said, "Do you mind if I shoot a quick video with you, ma'am?" And she's like, "Sure." And that's how it happened.
And a legend is born. You know what's funny about that whole situation? Like all the drama that matriculated out of that, it can all be taken back, attributed to this one moment where Tommy C sees some eggs on this woman's car.
And you gotta
the Leafy drama, the H3H3 drama, the Keemstar drama, all of it comes back to this one moment. So if you like, you can almost blame the fucking chicken for all this that laid the fucking eggs. Like, blame the chicken, dude.
It's basically what came first, Tommy NC or the eggs?
Right. It's all got to do with those fucking eggs and the chicken that laid them.
What year did that happen, Tommy? What year did the egg situation happen?
I can't remember exactly. It was really blank because in between that I was just making a lot of videos, and I didn't expect the video to blow up as it did. And I didn't expect Daniel Tosh to be, "Hey, Tommy, come on my show." And I'm like, okay. Fly out to LA. I'm going to have you on my show. And I just did not expect. Of course, the title
Tommy,
is,
let me ask you a question. All right.
that?
Do you think that video is cringy that you made?
No, I think it's positive.
Okay. All right.
I actually never found it cringy. I'll be honest with you. I mean, it's funny. With the girl is just kind of taken aback, but I've never found it cringy. I always laugh.
Well, first of all, Tommy did a good thing. He did do a good thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to say that, but
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like, Tommy, you're like, "I saved this lady's eggs. I saved her life." What the fuck? It was so cringy, but it was good. It was good. I'm not saying you didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying that it wasn't positive. It was all that, but it was a little cringy.
I've always found it funny because of the woman's reaction, and how well she sort of handled it, and how excited Tommy was to save eggs. I always thought it was just funny. I never found it cringy.
Honestly, I don't look for just to make the most sensational video on YouTube. I just look to do the most positive thing that I could. Like the other day, these little kids were in the grocery store and they didn't have any money. And I reached into my pocket and I had a hand of quarters and I walked up to them. I said, "Here, get yourself some gum." And their dad walked up to me and he's like, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." And he's like, "That's one of the nicest things I've ever seen somebody do." And I'm like, "Thank you." And he actually handed me a roll of quarters, and I was like,
Let's give it up
for him. No.
Let's give it up for him.
And I said, "Thank you," and I went on my way.
What a legend.
It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing to do, Tommy. Yeah.
Very much so.
But sometimes you don't think about the consequences of your actions, Tommy.
He could have smacked you in the fucking face, the father. He probably thought you were trying to groom the kids.
He could have thought you were
to
trying
your
to
fucking car.
The kids maybe chewed the gum. Wait. The kids probably chewed the gum, all right, spit the gum out in the fucking store. And then this old lady that has arthritis is walking in the store. She gets her foot caught on the gum, trips and falls, breaks her hip. And then a guy's like, "Oh shit," drops the milk in the aisle. Then another guy's like, "We need to call the paramedics," comes running and slips on the milk and breaks his neck. You could have caused serious harm to multiple people. With that one action, you got to think about what could happen.
So here's Keemstar, the alleged reporter, making stories up as he normally does.
I'm just saying what could have happened.
Just keep in mind. I'm so tired, guys. I'm sorry.
Tommy,
that's why Tommy's not laughing like a psychomaniac.
Oh, I think I might have woken my neighbor too. I don't know. I apologize. I'm a little hesitant.
Well, I suppose it is 4 a.m. in the morning for you.
Yeah, it's 4 a.m. Yeah, that's true.
Keemstar, I'm surprised that you haven't thanked me yet.
If I haven't what?
Thanked me yet.
For what?
For giving Tommy C on a silver platter to you.
Actually, he did thank you the last time we were on. He did thank you, if I remember correctly, Tommy.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I just can't remember.
Okay, well, Tommy, this is how it happened, right? You know, there was a time where you were getting drunk, you were acting, pretty normal. And I still, to this day, think that you're pretty normal. I don't think you're like a handicap like other people treat you.
You put a book in front of me, Keemstar. I can't read it.
Okay, whatever. You can't read. Who cares? I still think you're pretty normal, all right?
I want to say something to you. I don't want to be treated like I'm autistic. I like to be treated like a normal person. Honestly,
exactly.
I don't want special attention. Like, everybody thinks that, oh, pity Tommy, pity Tommy. No, I don't want anybody's pity. I want to be normal.
But Tommy, like sometimes, like when some of the YouTubers are getting acting up and acting crazy, I mean, you do come to us sometimes and ask for help and things of that nature. So I mean, it's you can't have it both ways, buddy. You know, you
that's not fair. No more than some other people.
Well, I mean, look, I don't mind when Tommy asks me for help, and I'll always be there. But I think where Tommy runs into trouble is he wants help, and then he says he wants to be sort of treated like everybody else, and it's kind of that's really the double-edged sword.
Well,
and if I had one honest criticism, I mean, I'll always help you no matter what, buddy. But you can't be positive and go after all the trolls. That's basically what I'm saying.
Well, we got off track, but Tommy, just so you know, right? I was coming at you, and I was like, man, this guy isn't a handicap like people are treating him. He's more normal. He's like on the other end of the spectrum or whatever. And then this Tommy C, started sticking up for you and defending you. So I called into his show. That's how we met each other. So, I mean, how much did you have to do with it? Well, it goes back to what Colossal said. If it wasn't for those fucking eggs, I wouldn't know Tommy C.
Right.
It's true. It's the goddamn eggs.
Something I want to state here on the Tommy Talk show. I have always said this to myself in private, not on camera, that I hate being autistic. If I had a choice and if I had a genie and I had a wish, my one wish is that I'd be smart, that I could read, write, and not be autistic. Be honest.
Tommy, you are okay. Let me ask you a question, Tommy. All right. Let's say that a train, all right, heading east is going 50 miles per hour. Okay, 50 miles per hour, and the wind going east is going 50 miles an hour. Okay.
What are you doing?
At what speed is the smoke going east?
This is fucking math class.
I'm asking him a question. Stop. Listen. Okay, the train's going 50 miles an hour.
No. The same speed that the train is going?
Exactly. That's the correct answer. Bam.
Yeah, Keemstar can't read either, Tommy, so I wouldn't worry about him.
So he's not stupid.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as say Tommy's stupid, but I mean, I think sometimes Tommy doesn't. I don't know if Tommy's always equipped to defend himself, like me and you and Clown can.
You can't treat him like that. You can't treat him like he's got a disadvantage.
But if you don't, Keem, if you don't, then people pile on, and I never regret defending Tommy for a day. I'll do it the day I die. But,
Tommy,
I mean,
you fight your own fights. Do you really need like people defending you and white knighting you?
I don't. Whatever people want to do, if they want to help me, it's okay. But the thing is, I can fight my own battles when I can. I have gone a few rounds with people at times, and I'm not a pushover.
And Tommy never asked me to defend him. He's never asked me once to come out in that whole situation. And there was another situation with another YouTuber but people tend to help Tommy because they like Tommy and they want to they want to see him do well.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. Hey Tommy, did you ever get a hold of Philip DeFranco?
Oh no, I haven't.
He's still ignoring you.
And sadly, I hate to say this on live broadcast, but his patronship ended today, and I was kind of upset.
Ooh,
Phil, you better help him out again. Let's guilt him.
I was kind of.
What's
really
this?
Sad,
What is
but,
this?
yeah,
Everybody ask Philly D on Twitter why he hates autistic people.
No, don't do that. Oh my god. But I understand. He said how long he was gonna do his donations, and I understand. It's cool. I'm fine with it. I'm just gonna keep on doing what I do every single day, making videos and trying to express positivity here on YouTube, making YouTube a better place.
How much was he giving you on Patreon?
I'm not gonna disclose that. You saw the video and he said that amount, and I'm not gonna disclose that.
Wait, if he said the amount, what's the amount?
It was, I forget exactly. It was a few $100 a month. It was nice.
I think, what he said in the video was at least $500 a month.
Yeah, it was like $500 a month. Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, he did that for a couple months. I mean,
he did it for 6 months. So.
Oh, Jesus. He gave you a bunch of money. You can't.
That's pretty good. You can't hit him up forever. But if you want to help out again, Philly D, if you helped Clown, why don't you keep helping Tommy, you jerk?
Hey, I didn't say that. I didn't say. Tommy
I
did.
like Philly D.
Tommy.
Philly D. Okay, wait a minute. Hold up. Philly D gave Tommy like $2,500.
I know it's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. I don't think Philly D needs to re-up.
I'm just kidding.
I just want to say to all my other patrons, thank you so much for being Tommy heads, and thank you for supporting me. I do appreciate all my patrons.
Except for Philly D, who stops.
I appreciate Phil DeFranco too. I recently heard of all the drama it was going on with Phil DeFranco, and I understand what's going on.
So, Tommy, how's your love life doing?
It's stagnant.
What do you mean by that?
I'm not seeing anybody. I'm single.
What happened to that girl that you were seeing? The one you were banging?
It's terrible. Stop.
What happened? Why
She's
did you
just my friend. God.
That's what they all say, Tommy. That's what they all say.
No, she's just my friend. She came over the other day. We shot a vlog. If you watch my channel, you could see that she came over here. We watched Ghostbusters. We shot movie review, and we had a great time. And she went home.
Is she a feminist? She made you watch the new Ghostbusters?
No, we watched the old Ghostbusters, but we did a review on the new Ghostbusters.
And what'd you think of the new one?
Bad writing. That's all. The actresses were good, but bad writing.
That seems to be the consensus.
Tomato, you know what I'm saying? And honestly, that the original Ghostbusters movie was good because of the actors at the time. If you had put any other actors in that movie, to be honest with you, it probably wouldn't have been good, because you took Bill Murray and you took a bunch of guys from Saturday Night Live back in the 80s and you put them in this epic movie about busting ghosts. It was a lot better. That was the reason. That was the consensus with the idea of that movie.
I'm sorry, I just stopped listening. What were we talking about?
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, Keemstar took a second and stuck his head up his ass.
Oh,
Tommy
swinging. Keemstar does all the time. In fact, I think what he does out there, he practices his intro. Let's get right. Oh, shoot, there's some crap in my mouth.
I just realized you look like fucking Dick Tracy. What are you dressed up like fucking Dick Tracy?
Dick Tracy here. Dick Tracy calling Dick Tracy.
That's a good. Well, that's not really an insult. Dick Tracy's cool. I think Dick Tracy.
No one in the chat knows who the fuck Dick Tracy is.
I know, just me and you, because we saw the Madonna movie 20 years ago.
In the 50s, and if you want to watch a Dick Tracy movie, look it up on YouTube. There's a movie, and also if you want to actually sit down and read the book, it's really good. A really good book. My father read it to me when I was a kid, and I remembered every chapter in that book when I was a kid.
Speaking about that, Tommy, I got a question for you, okay? Let's say that you're walking in the middle of the woods, all right? You're in the middle of the woods, and all of a sudden, you see something shiny next to a bush, right? And you go over and you move the bush a little bit, and you see this lantern, right? And you're like, oh my God, no way. And you start fucking rubbing it, right? And a genie comes out, and he says, I will grant you 3 wishes. What would your 3 wishes be?
1, not to be autistic. 2, world peace. And 3, possibly fame.
I'm sorry, what was the last one?
Fame.
So you want to be famous.
Famous, yeah.
Positive and famous.
What if you could be famous for being negative? All right. Let's say, for example.
Oh, so we're talking about Leafy now.
Oh.
Ooh.
Boom, boom. Shots fired. Shots fired.
Well, you're talking about being famous for being negative, so I thought of one person that is that grows every single day off of negativity. So
Actually, his channel's dying. I don't know if you noticed this, but his channel's pretty much dying. I mean,
he has lost a lot of subscribers recently.
Is it really dying though? I mean, his hits are up.
No, his hits are not up. His channel is in decline.
Is it really?
Yes.
Wow.
Good job, Keem.
I checked it the
Thank
other
you
day. I
for,
was honest.
pretty much trying to throw a shovel and throw me in the grave. Thank you, Keem. I appreciate that.
Was it? No, he's talking about
clap
Leafy.
at you.
Leafy's.
I clap at you.
I'm talking about
you.
Leafy.
He's talking about Leafy. Oh
I'm
my
talking about
God.
Leafy. I'm not talking about you.
He's not talking about you at all. You should see this, Tommy. He's lost 76,000 subs over the last 30 days.
Tell you who's not losing subs, and who should be. Fucking FouseyTube.
No, not at all. That's terrible.
Oh,
Do you know?
4 fucking videos on this guy have come out in the last few days, gaining
Okay,
subs.
Here's the big
No
question.
fucking effect.
Okay, Colossal, how can you see the decency in being Leafy's friend? What exactly is it that you see him friend material? Exactly. You've seen him stab people in the back,
Get him,
spew
Tommy.
them across
Fucking
the
get
ground,
him.
and do all this other crap. How are you still his friend? I'm curious.
Well, why are you friends with anyone? Because you get on with them. And I get on with Leafy, and that's all there is to it. And
Sexually?
do I agree with many of the things he's done? Absolutely not. Do I?
Let me ask you a question, Colossal. Let me ask you a question right now, and this is a very, very important question. Tommy, are you listening? Because this is important. Get on the fucking edge of your seat to the point where you're almost falling off. You need to be there because I'm about to drop it hot. Are you ready?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colossal is crazy. Spends months on a goddamn FouseyTube video, right? He comes out with it. FouseyTube strikes it, waits till the fucking last day, and then shuts the video down. All right. All of Colossal's friends come to his defense. I break the story, make a video on Drama Alert. Pyro Cynical makes a video and makes a fucking a thing where people can donate to help Clown out. All right. One of Colossal's best fucking friends, his best friends. All right. Leafy is here, does fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Well, I think he's probably just yet to do something. I'm sure he will.
Yet to do something. That's bullshit. When your friend is going through some shit, you help them immediately. You don't just, yet to do something. That dude does not give a fuck, right? He might be guilted into do something. He might upload a video like tomorrow or the next day, or he might, donate to this fund, or he might do something to help you out, but only because people like me right now are criticizing him for not fucking helping you out.
Sure, but I'm sure there are mitigating factors, like maybe he's just busy with something else.
Oh yeah, busy with something else. What do you mean busy with something else?
Well, I don't know. I haven't
How
really
long
spoken to him.
How long does it take to fucking make a video? How long does it take to make a tweet?
Well, for me, about 3 months, to be fair.
What I'm saying is, dude, every time Leafy comes under fire, you're right there to defend him, and you've been defending him for months. All right, you stick up for him. You're a good friend to Leafy Clown, but he is not a good friend to you. Right now, Leafy knows more than anyone, right, that FouseyTube was a fucking scumbag. He needed something really shitty to you, and Leafy could have just uploaded a video and explained the situation and told people to go support you or whatever.
He is working on a video.
Yeah, but I don't give a fuck. It should have came out already.
It's only been, in fairness
Yeah, it's only
in fairness to Leafy, it's only been about 24 hours since the GoFundMe.
Bad friend, bro. Bad friend.
I haven't had a chance to donate yet, and I'll be donating as well, Clown.
Yeah, Keemstar hasn't donated yet either.
Well, I'm not going to give you any fucking money.
There you fucking go. There you fucking go.
But but why would okay, Clown? Honestly,
I'm not saying you should. I don't. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. Like
what I'm saying is, I shared it. I shared it to help you. But okay, look, here's my thing, right? It's not about the fucking money, really. Is it really about the money? It's about getting the story out there, and which I've done, and I've also retweeted the
yeah, of course. Oh, I'm not calling you out for it at all.
And not only I've given you a job where you're making very good,
You did not give me a job.
Okay. No. Yeah. Okay.
This is the taste, folks, that you'll get on the
Whose
podcast.
Whose podcast is it, Keemstar?
It's my podcast.
No, it's not. It's fucking not.
Well, just to say, folks, what you just saw here, a demonstration, is what you can get on the Baited Podcast and more. It's these three gentlemen that sit down at the table and they go back and forth about YouTube drama, and that's what you can get with the Baited Podcast, folks. The most electrifying show. And let me tell you something. They're like the Three Stooges, they're just very electrifying. They go back and forth. They love each other. They hate each other. It's insanity. But, you love it because you come back for more. You come back for more because that's what the Baited Podcast is. It's a debate show, folks. It's a debate show about YouTube drama. It's just, if you think about it, Keemstar is like NBC. And what is the Baited Podcast? What could we say that Baited Podcast is like in the celebrity aspects? TMZ. That's like a little better than what TMZ is. But just explain, that's what the Baited Podcast is like.
I'll tell you what it's not. It's not Keemstar's podcast.
Yeah, right.
It's ours.
Yeah.
I mean, it is ours, but I mean, I created it,
You invited Tommy and I to do it, but that's where it kind of ends, really.
Yeah, I invited you guys to come on and be a part of my podcast, which then
congratulations for that one, yeah.
Which then it turned into our podcast. I'll give you that much, that it is our podcast. But I mean, it was my thing. You know what I mean? It was my goddamn.
So it was your idea to do a podcast, yeah. You get the credit for that one, Keem. Yeah.
It was not only my idea to do a podcast; it was my idea of who to have on the podcast and what the subject matter would be.
Kind of. I was kind of like second choice because you're going to do it with Leafy and Gray.
I had a goddamn vision for this podcast, and those visions have become reality.
Well, it wasn't really your initial vision because you're going to do it with Leafy and Gray.
Tommy, shut up! We're talking. You're acting like this is your show.
This is my show, Kim. How don't you shut up?
It kind of wasn't your initial idea though, because you kind of wanted Leafy and Gray to do it to start with. So.
Okay, I wanted Leafy and Gray.
You didn't have a kind of fucking vision for it.
I did have a vision for it. It was going to be Baited Podcast, in my opinion, or in my vision, excuse me, was always going to be the Drama Alert podcast. All right, it was going to be YouTubers that could talk about trending topics that are going on, and it turned into me doing this with very popular people, to me doing it with complete randoms, and we still succeeded. So when I say it's my podcast, I mean,
it's not, but you had the idea.
Now, Keem, with the success of the podcast, what's the future for the podcast? Are you guys gonna do like convention tours? And when you reveal your face on Christmas Day,
yeah, well, he fucking knows.
I didn't know that.
I'm a fucking stalker, dude. He said that on a tweet like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that is a bit stalkerish. Yeah.
Oh wait, no! I covered it on Drumler. Did you see that on Drumler, Tommy?
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I missed that on Drumler.
Oh right, my apologies.
How did I miss that?
Yeah.
Tommy, you're fucking asleep all the time. What is going wrong with you?
Sitting there over there with hockey sticks up your asshole, dude. Like
that's what I've been doing. I've been watching a lot of hockey.
Every time I go to Tommy's Twitter, I'm like, oh, I wonder what Tommy's talking about. He's fucking talking about hockey. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Like we've already the Baited podcast getting popular. Tommy's already turned to drugs. Like this is the fucking case.
Tommy already happened. He's
already a fucking alcoholic already.
I did quit. Yeah,
Make
what
a
has?
separate channel for the fucking hockey stuff.
I don't know. I get more. My hockey show has more followers than it ever did, and I'm getting more calls. So I don't know.
I
I
always
just don't
call
feel.
into his show all the time.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah,
Hey,
mean,
I was on the show the other day and I was saying, like
yeah,
at the
it's-
beginning, like, fuck,
Dude.
this is so good. I tune in like every time.
Tommy,
all my shows are doing well.
listen, Tommy NC 2010. This is what I want to see from you. This, are you there? Are you
Yeah,
copying?
I'm here.
I want you to turn that webcam into something, and I want you to like body slam a Christmas tree. Do you got a Christmas tree around?
No Christmas tree, sorry.
I want to see you do some violent act to something in your home. I think that's what the people want. Don't you have something in your house to break? Like just something. Just go all Hannibal Lecter or Lecter. How the fuck do you say his name?
Lecter.
Oh! That's not good enough. You need something bigger. We need some destruction. Can I get a 1 in the chat if you want to see some Tommy NC 2010 full destruction?
The fuck?
You punched a pillow.
Punch a pillow.
Oh.
Punch a pillow. Really, punch a pillow.
You certainly did punch a pillow.
Okay, I punched a pillow.
That's as violent as he can get.
Well, I once told Tommy, I said Tommy was like the guy from Goodfellas. You know, whenever something goes wrong with me, Tommy's there to always beat the snot out of the person that messes with me.
Yeah. Yeah, except I guess kind of for a while anyway. But we're trying to move towards positivity in this channel, right, Tommy?
Yes,
we're
I'm all
we're
about
going to stay away from
positivity.
the
I'm not trying
drama.
to be negative. I'm always.
And you're doing good. You're doing a good job. I'm just saying that's
Not
where
really.
we're gonna
Not by inviting us on, to be honest.
Yeah, Tommy, why the fuck do you want to be this positive guy? Like, what the fuck? Do you think people are going to respect you if you're on the internet and you're like rainbows and fucking mockingbirds singing and, oh, let's positivity? Like, nobody gives, like, at a point, like, people like that as, like, you know, when you were going through the drama with H3 and all that shit, or H3 exposed Leafy, excuse me, with Leafy, when you're going through that drama with Leafy and stuff, people were like, you know what? Tommy NC is a good guy. He's a good guy. Let's support him. Let's make his day, because they fed off that positive energy, right?
Yeah.
But that does not last. Like, that's not going to last. Like, those people that sub to you then aren't sub to you anymore. Like, you lost a lot of subscribers. Like, they get bored with that, right?
Wow.
You need to like, you know, make things exciting and interesting. You got to be more normal.
I'm quite funny, so I'm working on, you know, I want to do comedy videos.
Tell me a joke.
Hmm?
Tell me a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know how when you're driving all the time and you get a little bit sleepy. Now think about this: an automatic hand that pops out of your dashboard, and it could be just for anything. When you're doing a book report or you're doing something, a hand pops out. And it says, "Hello there, sir. You need to wake up, sir. Oh, I see you're nodding off there, sir. Please wake up, okay? I'm going to count to 5. And when I get to 1, I'm going to slap the crap out of you." The automatic wake-up hand.
That's stupid.
Is that a
Come
joke?
on.
Or- I thought that was
It's
an idea.
awful.
That's
You're
a
awful.
joke. Sorry, just how my
Okay,
humor
if you can make okay, Tommy, you're driving a car, right? You can make an automatic hand just pop out of the dash, right?
it's built into your car. It's like
Okay,
you
it's
could
built in your
put
car.
the-
Okay, you make the hand out. Okay, why the fuck would you want it to be like, hey, I'm gonna slap you to wake up? Why wouldn't you make it a female hand to just jerk you off while you're driving? That would people would
that's
want that
gross.
more. People would want that more.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
Because think about it, you can drive and fap with 2 hands on the wheel.
Oh, you
With
mean like
2
you,
hands.
Keem, how you did that exactly on Drama Alert when that girl was twerking on your show?
What did you think of that girl? Do you think she's got a nice ass, Tommy?
I think she looks lovely.
Let me ask you a question. Would you hit it? Would you hit Zoe Berger?
I'm not giving a response to that answer, honestly.
If
Yeah,
Zoe
that's a good
Berger
idea.
is there right now twerking up on you, all right, would you hit it? Would you tap it?
Only if she wanted me to. I don't
Oh.
force
I didn't say
myself
yes.
on a woman unless
So-
she doesn't want me to.
Okay, so if Zoe Berger is down for the Tommy NC D, you're going to give it to her.
Possibly. She
Oh, he's a
wants.
man. Come on now. Come on, Keem. He's a man. A man's a man. Hell,
Wait,
I'm a married
wait,
man.
Here's Keem in the aspect of saying, since he has labeled me autistic, he thinks that I can't possibly make love to a woman, which
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I was just asking
that was
you.
how you were morally messaging that whole thing. So,
See,
you know,
the fact that you would think that much into it makes me think that you're maybe not autistic. Just saying, maybe.
wow.
Well,
thank
just
you,
because
Kim,
you're
for punching
autistic
me in
doesn't
the
think you
face.
have-
Thank you for I don't know, the fact that I have to get documents just to show you where I was born. And
No, I'm joking.
I had to go
I-
years and years
Take it-
to listen here, Kim. I had to go years and years to therapy just to hold on to a pencil. Had years of therapy to get, my body so I actually can hold a freaking pen, and you sit there and accuse me of saying faking I don't have autism when I hate that the.
I take it back. I'm sorry.
Keem, you just got fucking destroyed.
I know
Yeah.
I'm sorry. He let me up. He let me up.
Yo, you got owned.
Shut up. I have spent years and years. I have spent years and years
Tommy, leave me alone.
going through
Leave me alone, Tom.
treatments, going through special ed schools, which I wish I didn't have to. I wish I didn't have autism. I wish I was perfect, but I'm not. But then somebody like you, that honestly, back in the day, when you were friends with Leafy, the only reason you
Tommy,
came after me...
stop. You're
was
ruining
because-
my career.
No.
Tommy,
This
stop.
is
You
the
are
truth.
ruining
This is
my
the conspiracy.
career.
Listen to me. Leafy came to you and he said, take out Tommy C. Take out Tommy NC 2010 because he's ruining my reputation. And you said, okay, I'm your friend. I'll help you in that helicopter. And that's how this whole thing happened. That's the truth.
That is not the truth.
Leafy
That is
came
not
to
the
you
truth.
and had a conversation with you about me, and then you came after me just like that.
That is not the truth.
What happened, though?
That's my conspiracy.
I object. That is not the truth. Tommy, you are
Friends-
making
for
up
the longest
this
time, you
goddamn
were
story
friends with Leafy,
trying to
and when
ruin
the
my
science thing
career.
happened,
Listen
he
here.
came
Listen
and jumped
here.
in your pocket.
Are you going to let me talk?
Yeah, I'll let you talk like you do to Tommy
That
C on the
is
Beta
not what you
podcast.
just said. You just said what you just accused me of is not true. You are trying to ruin my career so you can replace me on Baited podcast, and that is
trying to replace you. I'm not
you
trying
are
to ruin
spot
you.
on the Baited
I'm just
podcast.
stating a
Yes.
fact that how you sit
Fucking-
back and get your jollies off on trying to ruin people's lives, which you
You're
almost
trying to
ruined
ruin
You actually ruined my reputation here on YouTube. Yes, you made an apology video. I forgive you, Keem. I forgive you for what you did. I forgive
you for
I put it in the
exposing
past.
right now.
But you set me off, Keem. You set me off, and I've been waiting for the day to give you an earful on how I feel.
Yeah,
You feel better now, Tom? Or...
I feel like
Yes.
shit. I hope you feel better. I feel like a bad person.
Well, you got to remember, Keem's not all bad. I mean, look at the opportunity he's given me, Tommy. I mean, we just moved into a new place. It's really nice,
And I told you, I forgave him. I have forgiven Keem. I have put that in the past, but he set me off, and that's what happened.
I think, honestly,
Ruined my career, Tommy. You just ruined my career. I hope you're happy.
You're taking off.
Keem,
Who
you
you
did
kidding?
a long time ago when you said the N-word on a
Exposed video.
broadcast.
Keemstar
Oh, no. You did that when you accused an elderly man of being a pedophile, falsely accusing a man of being a pedophile. Keem, you have done a lot of stuff to ruin your
That's
career.
not true.
I am the
That
least
is
to blame
not true,
for ruining
Tom.
the
That
great
is not
gnome
true.
Keemstar's career here on
That is-
YouTube.
It's not true, and you are being incredibly unfair right now,
I'm
sir.
not being unfair. I'm just stating something here.
He wanted to say that for a while, but I mean, it's Tommy. I think it's all. We're getting 6 months away from the event. I think it's all water under the bridge, and
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm cool.
okay.
I'm as cool as
Well,
can
maybe we should end the podcast now. You did an hour, and we should we leave it right here. I think we got everything out. What do you say,
It was
Tommy?
just getting good. It was just getting good.
Yeah, it was a very slow start. I've got to say, I was almost falling asleep from the start. but
we
it
gotta
started
quit.
to get fucking good.
Quit. I think we should quit when we're ahead, just like we do on the Baited podcast.
Okay.
That
So
45-minute
first, I
mark.
want to say thank you so
Tommy
much
is a
for
party
tuning
pooper.
into this special episode of Tommy Talks. Go check out the Baited podcast. It's one of the most electrifying debate shows here on YouTube to boot, and it is an awesome show. Check out, Drama Alert. Check out Colossal is crazy. Check out my buddy and good friend Tommy C. And as always, folks, I'm Tommy.
What about
C
me?
2010.
What about me? What about me?
He said
did say
drama alert,
said
Keemstar.
drama
Fuck
alert.
Wait,
me.
why are you ending the stream?
Keemstar, you're so
not autistic. You're not autistic.
Has he already ended it?
Keeping you
Is he really?
on the
No, he didn't.
inside fact. Subscribe, support, stay positive.